Wow. Wow, what a crowd. What a crowd. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to everyone. I understand you're here to hear about a little special announcement tonight. Well, I tell you what, let's jump right in. I'm Bill Eigel, and if you're like me, you are sick and tired of waiting around hoping that things are going to get better in this state. I believe that we need a conservative, bold, hard-charging leader in this state in 2024. And that is why I tell you now, I am running to be the next governor of the great state of Missouri. Our people in this state are good, but our government is out of touch. Both parties have completely failed us. Both parties have completely let us down. I'm running for governor to deliver a Missouri that is as good as her people. I'm running for a Missouri that is as conservative as her people. We've got a whole lot to say on that. How the swamp has screwed things up in our state, and how we, all of us here tonight, are working to upend the status quo that will bring about a bold, conservative Missouri. But before we begin, let us take a moment to count our blessings and give a little thanks. Thank you to each and every one of you who have found time to be at this airfield in North Nowhere, St. Charles. There's a lot you could be doing right now. Oktoberfest, football season, deer hunting season, and yet you chose to spend your September evening here with me. You being here shows how deeply you care about this state. And I want you to know how blessed I am to have you on this journey. Speaking of blessings, I want to also introduce our most important guest. A woman who is mom to Kevin and Lisa, an Air Force veteran, and an ultra-marathon runner. She has been the center of my life for 23 years as my wife and co-pilot. And when I count my blessings, she's the first among them. It is my honor to introduce you to the next First Lady of the great state of Missouri, my wife, Amanda. Now, I mean it when I say that I couldn't be here without Amanda. About 18 months ago, Amanda came home one morning and told me news from her doctor that no one wants to hear. Amanda had breast cancer. We were devastated, shocked. There was no warning or family history, no time to prepare. And just like that, our lives were put on hold. And all I could do was trust, believe, and commit to love her through it, wherever and whatever that meant. Our faith was tested, but it never wavered. We had a peace fall over us and an understanding that the path God puts us on never takes the exact road we expect, but always ends up precisely where He intended. You know, I'm normally a guy that has plenty to say. But on that warm, sunny spring morning, all I could think of to say to Amanda is, do not be afraid. And for good reason. Because I knew Amanda, and the cancer did not. I'm here to tell you, folks, Amanda whipped that cancer so bad that after just 90 days, exceeding evistic projections, her doctor declared her cancer-free. Glory be to God. She's a fighter. And I think that you're going to find out that she's going to make a fantastic friend and advocate for you as our next First Lady. There are no guarantees. We cannot take any day for granted. Every day that the Lord gives us on this earth is a blessing. In many ways, that battle prepared us for the journey that we've started now. The powerful in Jefferson City say that our mission is impossible. We've heard that before. The powerful in Jefferson City are determined to protect what works for them. I want you to know I will work for what's best for you. Look, I'm a die-hard conservative Republican, but I shoot straight. I call it like it is. I happen to believe that one of the biggest problems that we have here in Missouri are all of those so-called Republicans. Folks who campaign as Republicans and govern as Democrats. You know who they are. The rhinos. And folks, Jefferson City is full of them. This race for governor is full of them. Politicians that run like Republicans during campaign season with their perfectly manicured mail and their rehearsed consultant talking points. But when push comes to shove, when they are put in a position of power or trust by the people, when they have the opportunity and ability to defend the great people of this great state, they turn tail and run. And they ought to be ashamed, because they were elected to better Missourians, but all too often they end up just bettering themselves. Those Jefferson City rhinos, they've already determined that we could not win this fight. They can't imagine that someone like me and a group of patriots like this and thousands of patriots all over the state of Missouri could ever end their cartel. Well, there's a new day. There's a new day on the horizon in the Show Me State. A day in which people who have been ignored, neglected, abandoned, and forgotten will be overlooked no more. A day when Jefferson City works for us, not the special interests and lobbyists in Jefferson City. Folks, you see what's happening every day in America. Joe Biden is destroying America. And the soft Republicans in Jefferson City are doing everything they can to turn Jefferson City into a carbon copy of Joe Biden's Washington, D.C. Establishment Republicans have enriched the powerful in this state by raising your taxes, spending our tax dollars like drunken sailors, allowing China and other foreign countries to buy up Missouri farms, all while staring into the cameras and smiling at you as if they were your friend. The broken campaign promises of fake Republicans like those in this race are why people hate politics. I heard it every day as I was hopping in my truck, traveling 35,000 miles around this state for the past 11 months. Republicans, actual Republicans, from our small towns to our cities to everywhere in between, are furious. They are sick of the used car salesman politicians. who are installed in office by the very swamp that is stealing from us every single day. Well, I've got news for these campaign conservatives who have betrayed us. Your grift is coming to an end. All of us together, every one of us here, are going to put out the career politicians and put the people back in charge. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to stop feeding the rhinos in Missouri. Now, if you're happy with the way things are, if you're satisfied with the career politicians, you're probably in the wrong room. But for all the people that have been fighting for so long, hoping that someday there just might be someone who was willing to stand for us, I say to you that now is the time. Now is not the time to quit. Now is not the time to let go. Not when we are on the knife's edge of success, the tipping point of grace, the culmination of foxhole prayers long answered. The time is now. The reckoning for the swamp is now. Let's go, Missouri. Before I started campaigning, I didn't have any gray hair. That's because for many years as a small business owner, I avoided government. Anytime I had contact with those guys, they were simply taking more from me in the form of taxation, or they were telling me what I could not do with my own property. But what I came to realize was, if you're not thinking about government, government is thinking about you. I didn't find politics, folks. Politics found me. And I was frustrated with how screwed up Barack Obama had made things. And I was so frustrated and tired of sitting around yelling at the television that I decided to jump in and do something about it. But I quickly realized that even in Missouri, in the bright red state of Missouri, things are even worse, far worse than I expected. You know, we know it doesn't have to be this way. Together, we can be proud of our leaders. We can build a Missouri that is as good as her people. We can build a Missouri that is as conservative as her people. So what does that look like? I'm glad you asked. What does that bold, conservative Missouri look like? A bold, conservative Missouri is one where we eliminate personal property tax. Because you should not have to pay rent on your car to the government every December 1st for the crime of owning the car. I think I saw even members of the media clapping for that one. All right. A bold, conservative Missouri, where we eliminate the income tax. Putting more money back in your pockets to deal with the out-of-control Biden-driven inflation. A bold, conservative Missouri, where small businesses are getting a hand up instead of big corporations getting enormous handouts. A bold, conservative Missouri, where we put workers ahead of the woke elite and do everything we can to make Missouri the job creation leader of these United States. A bold, conservative Missouri where we proudly defend every single unborn life. A bold, conservative Missouri where we don't trust those Biden-sponsored voting machines in our elections, and we will return to the hand counting of ballots that worked in Missouri for a century. A bold, conservative Missouri where we stop the sale of our farmland to all foreign countries. It's time. It's time, folks. We're going to start putting cattlemen over communists. We're going to start putting farmers over foreigners. And I want the world to know that we are not going to sell 1 square inch of Missouri to China or anybody else. A bold, conservative Missouri where every law-abiding citizen is safe and every criminal scumbag is punished to the fullest extent of the law. In the show me state, we're going to show criminals the slammer. You do the crime, you do the time. How about a bold, conservative Missouri where we help our border states fight the crisis at the southern border that has been created by Joe Biden? President Donald Trump had a safe and secure border, but Biden has flung it wide open, and we see the consequences of that every day. We are going to do everything we can to keep these thugs and these drugs out of our state. I happen to think that the members of the Missouri National Guard have the best aim in the country. And if you are a cartel killer or human trafficker at our border, it's about time you find that out personally. A bold, conservative Missouri where girls play girls' sports. Boys play boys' sports. And I'll be damned if you're going to cut up a child so that you can put more likes for your whack job liberal friends out on social media. While we're on that topic, let me just rant for a second as a dad and a husband and frustrated conservative. Don't let the Democrats tell you they're the party of women. They don't know how to even define a woman. They think men can get pregnant. It's insanity. We are the party of women, real women. And we will always protect our wives and daughters from this outrageous liberal assault. Let's go, Missouri. Political correctness has gotten us into this mess. Only bold, conservative leadership will get us out. Now, the politicians, they're not going to like our message. And the liberal media, they're going to be offended by it. And they're going to call us every name in the book. I say, oh darn. because that tells us we're right on target. No matter how often the swamp lies about us or attacks us in the next 11 months, what I say to you, do not be afraid. Keep in mind the words written in the book of Joshua. Have I not commanded thee? Be bold and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Guys, I'm thankful for every single one of you and your efforts to make Missouri great again. There's a bold new conservative that our children will thank us for if we have the courage to fight for it today. And I'm Bill Eigel, and I'm running to be your next governor. But tonight, I'm asking for your prayers for God's will to be done, for his wisdom to shine through, and for his protection over our family and our team during the long, important road ahead. With him, all things are possible. I'll end tonight with one of my favorite quotes from the legendary football coach, Vince Lombardi, who, when asked about the fact that his Green Bay Packers were long shot odds at winning the first Super Bowl, said in reply, "We know how rough the road will be, how heavy here the load will be. We know about the obstacles that lay along the track, but we have set our soul ahead, upon a certain goal ahead, and nothing from hell to sky shall ever turn us back." It's time to get to work. Thank you all. God bless you all. God bless the great state of Missouri. Let's go, Missouri.